The following is presented using funding provided by the Ohio Department of Higher Education to the University of Dayton Center for Cybersecurity and Data Intelligence in its role as Regional Programming Center for the Ohio Cyber Range Institute. The University of Dayton is a top-tier Catholic university dedicated to advancing knowledge, educating future leaders, and serving the common good. The Ohio Cyber Range Institute advances an integrated approach to cybersecurity education, workforce, and economic development in cyber-related fields throughout the state. It is sponsored by the Ohio Department of Higher Education and the Ohio Adjutant General's Department Office of the Ohio National Guard and is headquartered at the University of Cincinnati. The following talk is an interview with Mr. John Putnam of Cincinnati Bell Technology Solutions about how it employs artificial intelligence technologies in its business.
Hi, we're here today with John Putnam of CBTS. John, can you tell us a little bit about what CBTS is?
Certainly. Cincinnati Bell and our sister company, CBTS, are a 140-year-old telecommunications company. Obviously, in our 140-year history, we've evolved from a traditional telephone company to a technology company. So today, not only do we provide all those traditional voice services, but we now provide managed services and a full range of IT services, including some of the newer technologies such as smart cities and artificial intelligence.
Interesting. So, since you've got experience with artificial intelligence, can you give us an example of one of the projects you've put in place?
Absolutely. So, Cleveland RTA is a longtime customer of CBTS. We currently provide all their voice services for their call center. And they reached out to us realizing that people like to communicate in a different way these days, and no longer do they use their cell phones as a voice calling device, but now as a text messaging device. So we developed a text messaging based application for them that uses IBM Watson's artificial intelligence so that we're able to determine the intent of the inbound text message, and based on that intent, route the text message to the appropriate person, and then also take that one step further. And that IBM Watson allows us to automatically respond to that user's intent, either informing them or asking them for additional information to help them solve their problem.
Fascinating. So what are the benefits then to the Cleveland RTA and the riders?
First and foremost, the riders feel more connected to the Cleveland RTA. So they have a methodology to report issues that in the past probably went unreported. So something as simple as a lack of cleanliness on a bus or a train is now reported much sooner. But also they feel a lot safer because they have a methodology to report things that in the past they may not have even bothered to report. So it gives them a much better feeling of engagement with Cleveland RTA.
Great. Well, thanks, John. Thanks for sharing about artificial intelligence and how Cleveland or CBTS has benefited the Cleveland RTA with that technology.
If you are interested in learning more about this content, please contact the UD Center for Cybersecurity and Data Intelligence by email at udaytoncyber@udayton.edu, and we will forward your interest to the speaker.